that in the night, this is like the late 90s. He had fell out by that time, and he said, but I wasted my life in that school. I wasted my life. You dumbass. Is there more around, Lob? That was it. Okay, can we go back to whole Matthews? Read Timothy's real quick. Go back to Timothy's. Then we'll go to Matthews.
Yep. Yep. Back at 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
You know what? That's also your woman. A lot of guys fell out because of a woman. That could be talking about your woman too. A lot of you niggas fell out because of your daggone woman, man. That's seducing spirits. Other things that's going to drag you away from being in this truth. Okay?
Yeah, let me say this. The main thing that we're supposed to do is what we were doing back in the late 80s, early 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, was going out there on the highways and the byways, all right? Yep. Now, you know, if you got a hook up where you can set up oil tables and set up a business or a restaurant, that's on you. You can do that because it spoke about you had somebody matter of fact, go to Revelation, the 3rd chapter and the 14th verse, because you had some churches that were richer than other churches, so they glorified in their riches over the churches that were not as rich as they were. You know, see what happened. The reason why the school got all broken up when that money came in with the oil tables, man. Yeah. Those guys, they put their heart and soul into that money, buying Jeeps, you know, buying fancy clothes, like Yashawan. When he came into all that, first of all, Yashawan had guys working on his camp, working on oil tables, right? So he found out how lucrative it was. So I was there at the meeting when Mo was there, Ariah, the so-called top 7 were there. And he proposed a meeting to Mo and Ariah and the 7 as to him having brothers from different camps work under him, and he was going to be the manager. And all the money was going to go to Mo, or the main 7 or whatever, the leaders. In other words, he was a manager. Yeah. You know, we were supposed to help him out, get the tables going, come up with the upfront money. Yeah. And then when the money came in, it went to them. And then they were supposed to distribute it. Well, what wound up happening is the money went right to Yashawan, and Lahab had to be the advisor. You know, I'm sure our troop, I'm going to be with this brother, okay, to make sure he's doing it the right way, okay, because he needs help, you know. Lahab, I saw right through that nigga, man. He should have been the president of the United States, man. Yep. He would have been better than Barack Obama. I mean, the shit that he used to talk, you know. Then Yeshaya saw that they were making all kind of money, and he jumped on the bandwagon, man. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Now Gazak, they kind of pushed him to the curb, and Gazak wanted to get down, and they said, "Well, look, Gazak, we'll hook you up with an oil table." They hooked him up with an oil table. They gave him a basic table. Yeah. Now you know how much they charged him for that table? $800. And I think that clown went ahead and bought the tape. And I looked at it, right? Because he came to me roaring, "Look, nigga, you gonna have to show me how." And I'm like, I played stupid. I said, I don't know how to set up an oil table. I was playing stupid, man. So then the nigga came to me nice. And then he told me that I don't know if he had got it. I think he went ahead and did get the $800 up. I could be wrong, because I could come on video and say that I never paid for it. Okay, I'm wrong. But as I remember, I believe they suckered your ass and got $800 out of you. And when I looked at that table, I said, man, I could have hooked that damn table up for like $150. I said, I could have hooked that motherfucker up for $150, man. I said, them guys saw your ass coming. So he came to me asking how to hook up the table. So I showed him, you go to Medina's, you go over here, you get this oil, you get that oil. Then he started getting into it, right? And then sure, it was like a competition thing, because it was Marshall, Ariah, and Shaw. They wanted to set up their own tables and have other brothers work on the tables. and they didn't know where to go. So I said, look, I'm gonna take y'all down to Medina's. Now there was another place around the corner down the street called Mystics. Mystics had the best oils, but Mystics, the oils wasn't they wasn't all different type of colors. They were like basic oils, like brown oils, yellow oils, and light clear oils. And you know, Jake likes colors. You know, they ain't gonna get an oil if it's brown. You know, if it's clear. You know, like you had the Egyptian musk, which was clear, and that was basically a base oil where you mix. If you wanted to mix, because we used to mix oils and come up with our own fragrances. All right. That's right. So anyway, I remember we went down to Medina, right? Medina's, and then Ariel was there, and Ariel didn't say nothing because he didn't know nothing about the oil business. And Shaw was riffing. We should get that. I said, Shaw. I said, because the guy, the Arabs was there. I said, Shaw. I said, let me deal with it. Yeah, I'm over you. I said, Shaw, chill out, Shaw. I said, you don't know nothing about the oil table, brother. I know just about. Shaw, you ain't never been here. You don't know. I said, then Ariel had to shut him down. Look, let Tahar do what he got to do. So I said, give me this oil, give me Egyptian musk, give me Kush, and I would explain these are your base oils. Okay, and then give me this, give me Blue Now, give me baby powder. They like the baby powder, and they like, you know what I'm saying? African musk, China musk. And then I said, you got to get the incense and all that. So I'm the one that basically put that whole thing together. So they started putting up tables contrary to Yashawan and them. Yeah. So the school was split back then. Yeah. Then I remember Mo, Ariel, and them, they had brothers working on the tables on 149th Street and 3rd Avenue. And then Yashawan and them was, I think they were already up there. Yeah. But then the other tables, they were setting up by where Yashawan was setting up his tables. So Yashawan beefed about it. Yeah. So then the council was this. Okay, we won't have them guys sit up no more. So nobody is to set up any tables where other brothers are already established, right? Then now after that was all established, right? We had 86 locked up. We had like 3 or 4 tables out there. And then Yashawan had snuck Haka'im, I think his name was, which I call him Heckle, the other half of Jekyll and shit. I'm looking down, I said, that looked like Haka'im. Then I went there, I said, what the fuck you doing in our fucking zone, man? You know, I kind of lost it, man. I said, you better pack your shit up and get the fuck up out of here, man. You know, I got Congo on the nigga, man. And I said, look, man. And I said, you tell them niggas. Because I said, you tell them niggas that I said that, all right? And then he went up to Lahab. Yeah, Tahar called you guys niggas and tell it. And Lahab said, just scratch it. Don't deal with it, man. Because, you know, you can't, you know, because once you take the heart of counsel, he'll weasel his way out of it, you know? So my thing was, wait a minute. Didn't you guys say that these guys were coming on your tables on 149th and 3rd Avenue? And then didn't you have the council where no guy's supposed to cut into another guy's so-called business? Well, you up here, man. Yeah, man. I said, so these dudes, every move that they made was wicked, man. Everything that they did was wicked, man.
We lived it.
All right? And Yashawan, you were 100 times wicked, man. You were totally wicked, you know? Hey, there was a situation where me and him had like a business together. We were selling cassette tapes and all kind of shit, right? Even before the oil tables. And we were always hustling, man. Because our thing was, we ain't working for the fucking white man. And we were doing pretty good. We were doing good enough where you set up your table, man, and you might have made $300, $400 on a good day. Then the next day you go out, you might make $150. You might have bad days where you make $75. But that was better than working for Esau. So me and Yashawan used to get together and sell. Then I met this lovely man. And you know when you meet a new chick, and the chick was hot. I mean, she was hot, brother, you know? And you know, my heart was, you know, when you get a woman, you want to be in it all the time, man. And I was young back then. But I went out there, I think it was 5 days a week. Saturdays we spoke, and then Sundays we went out. Well, I said, you know, Sundays I want to spend it with her, man. But you know, So this guy, yo, brother, you can't. Plus, he met the chick, so he was jealous on top of that, man. Cause he told all them brothers, he said, yeah, that's the hardest woman. Cause she came down to the camp in Brooklyn and shit. Which, by the way, me and Lahab and Ariala started that camp, all right? You guys talking about the original Brooklyn camp. The original Brooklyn camp was started by me, Lahab, and then 6 months later, Ariala came to the truth, so it was 3 of us. Then Lahab went back to 34th Street, all right? And it was me and Ariala dealing with that camp, man. Because I was staying down there at Ariala's house most of the damn time, man. You know? But anyway, going back to me and Yashawan, you know, let me at least get a Sunday with the chick, you know? Let me at least get a Sunday. So he lost it and shit.